Good morning, students. In second year subject of economics, today I would like to teach the topic of small scale industries in India. In our country, there are so many small scale industries are existing. These small scale industries are facing problems. Which type of problems are facing in our country by the small scale industries? Let us discuss now. So the first problem of small scale industry is finance. Finance is the lifeblood of an organization, and no organization can be function effectively in the absence of adequate funds. So finance, it is very important for the organization. Organization means organizer, owner. For each and every organizer, finance is the most important. Why? Because means without finance, small scale industry cannot function effectively, means cannot operate, cannot run effectively in a good manner. Why? Because means that is the absence of adequate funds, means there are no more funds, there are no more capital, more money for the organizer. So that's why finance is one of the most important problem facing by the small scale industries. Small scale industries are facing acute shortage of finance in India. So in our country, small scale industries are facing the problem of shortage of finance. The scarcity of capital and inadequate availability of credit facilities are the major causes of this problem. Capital and inadequate scarcity of capital. What is the meaning of scarcity of capital? Capital, it is nothing but it is used to for the investment, for the production of goods and services. That capital is scarcity, nothing but it is very less for the organizers. And the credit facilities also not available, means the credit facilities are inadequate. So scarcity of capital, credit facilities are the major causes for this problem. That's why only the organizers of the small scale industries are facing the problem of the finance. This is the first problem. And the second problem, raw material. It is important to note that small scale industries normally tap local resources for meeting raw material requirements. Raw material is one of the important. Why? Because means small scale industries are facing the problem of raw material. Generally, small scale industries will set up or will establish in local areas. Local areas organizers will tap the local resources. For what purpose? Means for raw material. But the raw material is not finding. The raw material is not able to tap to produce goods and services. These units have been facing numerous problems like availability of inadequate quantity, poor quality, and even supply of raw material is not on regular basis. So small scale industries are facing numerous problems. Numerous problems means high problems, more problems. What are the more problems? Availability of inadequate quantity, means the raw materials are inadequate. Raw materials are less in quantity. Next, the raw materials are poor quality. And one more thing, the supply of raw material is not on regular basis, means the small scale industries are facing the problem of raw material. Regularly they are not able to tap the local resources, nothing but tap the raw materials for the production of goods and services. So that's why this is the second problem facing by the small scale industries. Next, the third problem, idle capacity. The meaning of idle is laziness or disadvantage or demerits. So it is a fact that it is underutilization of installed capacity to the extent of 40 to 50% in case of small scale industries. In case of small scale industries, 40 to 50% of technology is not able to install. The small scale industries are not having capacity to install advanced technology, high technology. Why? Because means to utilize the resources, to utilize the raw materials. That's why only 40 to 50% it is not able to utilize. That's why this is called underutilization. So small scale industries are not having capacity to install the high technology, advanced technology. When it was not installing, the resources are underutilized. That is how much percentage means 40 to 50 percentage. Various causes of this underutilization are shortage of raw material, funds and power. So small scale industries are not having capacity to draw the more raw material, to find the more funds and non-availability of power. So based on this shortage of raw material, funds and power, the small scale industries are facing the problem. That is the third problem facing by the small scale industries. Next, what is the fourth problem? Technology. Indian small scale industries entrepreneurs are not fully exposed to the latest technology. Yeah, right. You know very well small scale industries are established in local areas, nothing but in villages, in towns or semi-urban areas. So in that areas who established small scale industries, so for that entrepreneurs are not able to expose, to install, to use the latest technology. Moreover, they lack requisite resources to update or modernize plant and machinery. When the entrepreneurs are not able to install latest technology, the resources are not able to use completely. The resources are not able to use maximum. And not only that, small scale when there is no latest technology, these small scale industries cannot update or cannot modernize. In which one means in installing of plant and machinery, nothing but it is related to technology. So latest technology is not able to use by the entrepreneur. That's why small scale industries are not able to update, modernize and not able to use the resources maximum for the production of commodities. So due to obsolete methods of production, they are confronted with the problems of less production and higher cost. When the entrepreneur is implementing old methods of production, nothing but absolute methods of production, the entrepreneurs are confronting, nothing but facing the problems of less production and higher cost. So when the entrepreneur is implementing oldest technology, outmoded technology, so the small scale industries are facing the problem of less production and there is a higher cost. This is a fourth problem of a small scale industry. Next, fifth one is marketing. It is also one of the important problem which are facing by the small scale industries. Small scale industries are exposed to marketing problems in our country. So small scale industries are not exposed to nothing but they are not able to advertise their goods and services in the market. They are not in a position to get first hand information about the market like taste, competition, liking, disliking of the consumers and prevalent fashions. So small scale industries are not in a position, they are not in a position to give the first hand information. Why they are not in a position to give the first hand information to the consumers? Nothing but which goods are producing in small scale industries of that product, The consumers are not showing the taste. That there is no competition, means the small scale industries are not giving the competition to the other industries, to the other commodities. And small scale industries, goods and services, not liking, and there is nothing but disliking of the consumers. Consumers are not able to show the interest of small scale industries, goods and services in the market to purchase, to incur expenditure on small scale industry of goods and services. Why? Because means the quality, the quantity of the products is very poor. See, already here is there. They are producing less and inferior quality and higher cost. Which goods are producing by the small scale industries? That goods are having inferior quality, means less quality, low quality, and the production cost is high. So that's why small scale industries are facing the problem of marketing. And fashions also, one more marketing problem is fashions. Day by day, every year, new fashions are introducing by big industries, mega industries, large industries. But the small scale industries are not able to introduce, not able to produce different types of fashions of goods and services. So that's why they are not able to receive the higher profits, higher incomes. So this is a fifth problem of small scale industry. Next, sixth problem is infrastructure. This is also first important for small scale industry. Not only for small scale industry, for all industries, the infrastructure facilities are very important. There is inadequate availability of transportation, communication, power and other facilities in backward areas. So small scale industries will establish, especially in local areas. In that local areas, the availability of infrastructure facilities is inadequate. Then what are the infrastructure facilities like transportation? Nothing but roads, railways, airways, this type of transportation. Next, communications like telecommunications and power, you know very well about power and other facilities, nothing but like banking, insurance. So these all facilities are inadequate in backward areas. So that's why small scale industries are facing the problem of infrastructure facilities. All these factors, what are the factors like transportation, communication, power, other facilities? These all factors affecting the quantity of production of goods and services, quality of production of goods and services. So that's why when these facilities are inadequate, definitely it will affect on the quantity of goods and services, quality of goods and services, and on the production also. The production also will be less. So that's why small scale industries are facing the problem of infrastructure facilities. Yes. Seventh problem, project planning. They do not study the demand aspect, marketing problems and sources of raw material, availability of proper infrastructure facilities to start enterprises. Small scale industry entrepreneurs, they do not study, they do not concentrate on market problems, and they do not concentrate and they do not study about the demand aspect. What do you mean by demand aspect? Which demand is having in the market, which demand of the product is having in the market, and sources of raw material, availability of proper infrastructure facilities. So due to this all problems, the enterprise, nothing but small scale industry, is not able to plan properly. Why? Because means they does not study about the first demand aspect, which good is having demand, and next marketing problems. Before this point we have studied marketing how the small scale industries are facing the marketing problems. Next, raw material problem also we have discussed, and availability of proper infrastructure facilities like roads, communications, power, banking, insurance. These all are infrastructure facilities are very important to operate that industry, to run that industry, to develop that industry, to increase the growth of that industry, to start that. But these all facilities are inadequate. So that's why the planning is not perfect. The project planning is not perfect by the entrepreneur. Due to limited financial resources, they cannot afford to avail services of project consultants. What is the main problem of the entrepreneur means the entrepreneur is having limited financial resources. Limited financial resources means limited money, limited capital. So that's why he cannot avail all services. He cannot afford, he cannot have, he cannot receive all services of that project. So this is the seventh problem of small scale industry. Next, eighth one is a skilled manpower. Skilled manpower. A small scale unit located in a remote backward areas may not have problem with respect to unskilled workers. Skilled workers may not available there. So here small scale industries are facing the problem of skilled manpower, means skilled workers, skilled laborers. You know very well small scale units are established in local areas, in local villages, towns. So how the workers of the attitude will be unskilled workers, nothing but they do not have education, they do not have skills, they do not have education, they do not have knowledge on that work. So that's why small scale industries are facing the problem of unskilled workers. So definitely they will hire the small scale industries will hire the unskilled workers only. Why? Because means skilled workers are not available in that local areas, in that local towns. Why? Because means skilled workers will migrate to other areas like cities. Why? Because means to have high wages, high salary, and to have other benefits. So that's why only skilled workers will migrate to cities, and unskilled workers will work within the local area. So this is the eighth problem. Next, what is the ninth problem of small scale industry means managerial competence. Managerial competence. Many small scale units have turned sick due to lack of managerial competence on the part of the entrepreneurs. So small scale industries are facing the problem of managerial competence, means the managerial skills is not having for the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is not having managerial skills, that's why it is not able to give the competition to the other industries, to the other countries. Why? Because means an entrepreneur is required to have training and counseling for developing managerial skills. To develop the managerial skills for the entrepreneurs, definitely he should train, means he should have training on that particular work, on that particular industry, on that particular product, on the particular of the production, on the particular of the marketing, on each and every aspect, on each and every sector, on each and every factor. The entrepreneur should have training, and not only that, he should have the counseling also. Why? Because means for developing managerial skills, then only the manager, nothing but the entrepreneur, through that managerial skills, he will give the competition to the other industries. He will increase the production of goods and services. So this is the ninth problem of small scale industry. And finally, 10th problem of small scale industry, sickness of small scale industries. The small scale sector is vital sectors of the Indian economy. To create employment, strong entrepreneurs base to help for production. Okay. So students, you know very well, we have number of sectors. There are so many sectors are there. But in that all sectors, small scale sector is playing vital role, very important role in our economy, means in our country. Why? Because means the small scale sector, small scale industries are creating employment opportunities, em, uh, employment generations, and not only that, strong entrepreneurs. Many of the small scale industry entrepreneurs are very strong. Some entrepreneurs are having education, skills, knowledge, and they are controlling the marketing, and they are controlling the production, supply and demand of the product in the market. So that's why creating employment opportunities, strong entrepreneurs, these two are, it is helping to create production, it is helping for the production. Not only that, sick unit is one which has incurred a cash loss for 1 year. Suppose if small scale industry incurred a cash loss, nothing but incurred a loss, there is a deficit for small scale industry in that particular year, in 1 year. Suppose if it continues like that only, if it continues like that only, means it will incur the losses. So when it will incur the losses continuously for the small scale industry, so definitely that small scale industry will lead into the sickness. Sickness is, it is nothing but here the small scale industry will face the problems of all problems of like finance, like marketing, like infrastructure, like planning, like skilled manpower. So these type of problems will be faced by the small scale industries if if it continues losses every year. Okay, so these are the 10 problems of small scale industry. This question is very important for final examination. You have to read well, prepare well, and don't waste time. Thank you.